What it do, YouTube? Is Coffee tapping back in, man. In the fight today, Iron Mike. I don't know if you guys saw this fight with Jake Paul. Didn't start yet, right? I think it starts in like hour or so. Live streaming on Netflix, I believe. I'm not expecting too much out of it, more than a glorified exhibition, if you ask me. Let me know what you think, if you're gonna be tuning in and whatnot, man. But Mike all over media today with the fight, lots of interviews, different stuff out there, whatnot. And I don't know if you guys saw this crazy story here that Mike shared. As you see, he had a close call. Mike Tyson reveals that his friend died from AIDS and they both shared the same partner, but says he didn't contract it, man. And listen, like, I remember when I was coming up, y'all, I didn't get around like that. I didn't have, mess with a lot of chicks too much, but it would be bugged out, man. You know what I mean? Because, I would know or find out later some of the other individuals that they messed with, you know what I mean? And y'all know how it goes, man. At the end of the day, what's the old saying? If you fluck around with someone, and you don't strap up and they, you messed with, essentially you share with all the partners, you know what I mean? It's just, it's nasty work when you really get down to it at the end of the day, man. You gotta be careful out here, you know what I mean? But a lot of cats is on that ODB type time. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I like it raw. And I remember being terrified to go get checked out sometimes, man. I messed with a couple chicks, but it was just a vicious cycle of people that I knew, the circle that I was in, man. And thank God, you know what I mean? I never had nothing. But comment anyone out there if you were ever wild paranoid like that, it's just not worth it. If you're playing the field, you gotta be safe out here. You gotta strap up, man, especially to individuals in relationships. Some people wanna just live a single life wilding out on some shimmy, shimmy, yah, RIP, ODB type ish, and you want to roll the dice and take chances or whatever, that's one thing. But I done known some individuals that are in a relationship, got a girl, or vice versa, girl got a dude, and they're on the low cheating and not strapping up, and that's just so foul. You could bring something home. Fucking crazy out here, dangerous out here, you know what I mean? But comment anyone if you were ever shook to go get tested, terrified and put it off, you just had this paranoia, if anyone else has ever been there. I don't know if you guys ever heard of, if you're hip hop fans or not, the rap group Clips. Now it's just King Pusha T as a solo artist on Good Music with Kanye West. He used to be with his brother Malice, who now goes by No Malice. But I think he got into being a Christian rapper or whatever, left hip hop. But he had a similar story that he spoke about.
Okay. Because then there was a bunch of sort of weird rumors that started to circulate, right? So I guess there was a rumor that you had infected a girl with AIDS.
Well, what happened with that was I thought I myself might have had it, and that comes from living a reckless lifestyle. A lot of people have had that scare, but it's just doing what you want to do. Like I said, living reckless. Living selfishly, and just into all kinds of things, and your mind will definitely at times can start playing tricks on you.
Okay, I guess there's also rumor that her brother put a hit out on you or something like that.
Yeah, you're referring to my book. But see, yeah. All of those things come from not being flat-footed, not being stable, not being on firm ground. Your mind can just start playing, tricks on you. So I wrote about all of that in my book, Wretched, Pitiful, Poor, Blind, and Naked, but none of which, came out to be true.
So you heard him, he just wasn't living right, was wild, reckless, and I don't know, it's all, I guess, in the book he elaborates on the story more, but he just had this fear that he was living wrong, reckless, and not being safe, and that he had the HIV, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy, man. But back to what Iron Mike was talking about. This comes from an interview in a magazine, right? It says, Tyson, thank you very much. I won't let you down. Perez, I know you won't. We both made it out. Tyson, hey, life isn't over yet. We're still fighting. We only make it out on the day of our death. There's no way I should be here talking to you right now. All my friends are dead. They OD'd. They had AIDS. Me and my friend both had X with this girl at the same time, and they both died of AIDS. I didn't catch AIDS. Raw too, so you heard. They both had it. Well, the girl had it, I don't know, they had it. He was on Shimmy Shimmy Ya, I Like It Raw, and luckily didn't contract it. Perez says, that's crazy. You have a spirit hovering over you. Tyson, amen. It's something, sister. You know, Mike's a wild, different dude these days. You know, like if you heard his story, he came up in the streets. I believe Pops wasn't in his life. Yo, was Tyson, Mom out there in the streets? I don't know. He ended up in Tryon, a juvenile center, you know what I'm saying? One of the roughest, toughest ones, got into boxing or whatever. But now, like, you know, and of course, him being convicted, going to jail and all that. And, you know, like, he just had a wild life. He had a lot of people believe that those were false allegations, but he was indeed convicted. Let me know what you think about that, if you believe Mike was indeed wicked and convicted. And he was convicted, but if you believe the allegations to be true. He also had a young daughter die, which just like some horrible ish, you know what I mean? And nowadays he's got the podcast and he's on some whole other vibes. He's doing that Toad, you know what I'm talking about, that hallucinogenic Toad and all that. Like, I don't know, man. But it's crazy. Mike straight up said him and his friend both smashed this girl at a Treyway at the same damn time, and both of them died of AIDS, but he didn't contract it. You know, it's like whatever way you are exposed to the HIV, different ways, you know, certain ways have a higher percentage of a possibility of contracting the HIV. But Mike lucked out, and that's a crazy story, man. And I want to tell y'all another crazy story about someone else I know. I'll save that towards the end of the video, but yeah, I'll save that for the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. But celebrity-wise, when I think of the HIV, comment any what celebs you think of. A couple come to mind for me.
First of all, let me say good late afternoon. Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today. I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease, because I know a lot of you want to know that, but HIV virus. My wife is fine, she's negative, so no problem with her. I plan on going on, living for a long time, bugging you guys like I've always have. So you'll see me around. I plan on being with the Lakers in the league. Hopefully David will have me for a while. And going on with my life.
Fresh out of jail, I'll come to check you out, right?
Right.
Why the bulletproof vest?
Oh, well, it's not. Oh no, that's just it's
you
new
know,
style. You've been in the can for a while. That's what everybody. That's what all the talk show hosts are wearing.
This is a new thing, right?
Yeah.
See, if somebody gonna do something about it, see, technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So the kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they call, they get blood from somebody with AIDS.
Yeah.
And then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
well, that seems
don't
bad.
happen. That's
Yeah.
a slow death.
Yeah.
Easy thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Wait a minute. In the mood. Wow. Well.
There's lots of conspiracy theories when it came to Eazy's death, and I actually interviewed Bone Thugs at one point, and you guys, felt that.
For me personally, I do as well because, even to this day, none of his kids, none of his baby mamas, his mistresses, nobody has came up with HIV or nothing like that. So, just rationally thinking, some had to go on.
Yeah, and it's just ironic because, I know people can live with HIV for years and look normal and look healthy, but when you're about to die from AIDS, full-blown AIDS, you're going to look like you're going to die from AIDS. I've seen people that die from AIDS and they look like they have AIDS.
Man, so you guys remember that Suge Knight, very controversial clip, man, as he was like alluding to that they gave Eazy-E super AIDS or something like that, and you heard Bone Thugs and Harmony members who were signed to him were saying there was something funny about it all, that it just didn't seem like it progressed along the way to him having full-blown AIDS. As you know, Magic, nowadays he's healthy as an ox. Like, I know someone that has the HIV who's been taking medicine and everything, and they look healthy, good weight on them as well. Like Magic, they say it's not a death sentence the way it used to be, but it was wild, man. Magic retired, and then you guys remember he came back, played a little longer. Was it only one more year or a couple years? And people were afraid to check him to play D. They were shook. Like, seriously, I don't know if you guys remember that. People were afraid that's like they would, like, it was early on. Because I remember, I want to say that was back 90, 91. I remember as a kid, he went on Nickelodeon News with that Linda Ellerbee lady and spoke about it. And, the people didn't know as much about it as they do nowadays. But it's just wild how healthy Magic looks and how long he's lived. And, there's a lot of theories and stuff like that people have regarding Magic and, with Eazy-E. There's a lot of theories. Again, you heard what Suge Knight was talking about, tainted blood, and, flat out said Eazy-E's name, mentioned him and laughed. I don't know, like that was some crazy-ish, man. Like Suge Knight has been going viral lately as well, saying like Jimmy Iovine, Jay-Z, a whole bunch of other individuals in the music industry were privy to. Dr. Dre, he said he claims, that they were privy to and knew what was going on with Diddy and were complicit and took part in it and all that. Like, Suge is known to tell tall tales, but that Eazy-E thing, just, I don't know, man. A lot of people were like, yo, something don't add up. As what's wild is with both Eazy-E and Magic, neither of their wives have had it. Neither of their kids had it. I'm sorry, none of their kids had it. Weren't born with it. And, again, there's just a lot of theories that someone in the music industry took Eazy-E out that way. Do you guys believe Suge Knight was telling the truth, or he was just fucking around? And it's just so wild to think maybe Eazy-E, if he had been going to the doctor, could have be still here like Magic to this very day. As if I recall correctly, I remember he collapsed and found out when he was in the hospital that and it was already full-blown AIDS. But like I said, dudes from Bone were like, man, this didn't add up. It didn't sound right to us. It didn't seem like it progressed like that. But let me know what you think about it all, what you believe. And again, everyone, be careful out here, whether they say it's not the death sentence it was, or whatever the case may be. Still gotta strap up. But one more thing I wanted to tell you all about before I close this thing out, right, is I had a friend, right? He went down south on vacation with another friend, right? They went out to a bar. They were both in their 20s. And my friend's friend linked up with this like cougar, a girl in her 40s, that looked good or whatever. They ended up chopping it, kicking it. He took her home, or she took him home to his crib, and they're still chilling, having some more drinks. And she goes, hey, before anything else, I gotta tell you something. and pulled out paperwork showing that she had HIV and all that, and had been taking the meds and whatnot, and had accommodations from the community for her going out and speaking to the youth and speaking to people about prevention and living with the disease. You know, like, hey, take it from me, you don't want to catch this thing and all that. And she flat out let him know, I'm HIV positive. And the dude strapped up and still smashed. Can you believe that? Like, I don't know, that's just crazy as fuck to me, strapped up or not, to flat out know that someone has that thing. To me, that's bugged out, man. But you heard Iron Mike, he shimmy ya Treyway with a friend, with a girl, and both the girl and the other dude are dead. And Mike, lucky as can be, did not contract the virus, man. So hit the comments, share your thoughts. Like I said, have you ever been paranoid, shook that you got something and you're afraid to go get checked? Everyone should get checked. Everyone, again, be safe out there. And what is your thoughts about Magic, Easy-E, the Ish, Suge Knight had to say? Let's talk about it all in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to sub up. This is Coffee, where we talk music, news, sports, and more. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.